At the purest form, your journey of alignment is a process of death and rebirth. You are literally taking a created thing, the reflection, and changing the mirror, you. You're quite literally altering your mindset, your embodiment, your internal world to house the capacity to sustain this new level of reflection, which is ultimately dependent on your ability to reflect what's in you outward. You are taking who you were all this time to sustain and build this beautiful thing, this beautiful company, all the successes that you've had, and doing a 180 away from that to build what you know you've been called to build. And that 180 sounds drastically just when you put it out there, but that 180 could look like how much you pay your employees. That can look like completely changing where you source your materials. This can look like from being completely silent about issues to being super vocal and letting that be the cornerstone of your entire visibility strategy. And it could also look like divorce. It can look like moving to a new city, moving your entire company to a new city. It can look like closing out certain product lines. It could look like hiring a CEO while you run the more creative side of your business. Whatever it is, it's still a shift and it's a lot. And so before you work with me, I wanted to map out each phase of this realignment process on an internal level, not to mention all the work that we're going to do inside your physical brand, from the team realignment, the product suite work, and your messaging, marketing, all those things. But I want today to specifically talk about what your cycles will look like on an internal level. So the first part of this cycle is your awareness. It's you coming across a video like this today and saying like, yeah, I've been feeling that nudge or that just discomfort every single day I sit down at my computer to do work on this business, or I've been feeling just so discontent with this and I feel so behind in what I know I've been called to do, but I haven't been doing it because I was afraid, or because I just didn't believe it was possible, or I just stopped betting on it, or I lost track of or sight of the goal. Becoming aware of that and beginning to feel what that feels like and starting to see that within your brand. You're seeing that, oh, we launched this last year and this doesn't really work anymore. I don't even know why I launched that. I think I was just trying to keep up with trends. Or you might even say like, I pay my employees really low and I have room to pay them more, but I just got so caught up in the typical way of how business is done. I haven't even been honoring these people who are building this business with me. Or it can even look like I am killing myself with this business because I don't know how to delegate and I only hire family members, and now our systems and back end is all tanked and messed up and I don't even know what to do. Or it could even look like I am in so much debt I can't even breathe. Whatever it is, just your awareness of it, that where you are is just lacking the alignment that you know that you are supposed to be at or you want to be at, is enough awareness. Because then you'll come across videos like mine and you'll read content like mine on my Instagram or my newsletter, the letters from my living room, which is linked down below. You'll read those emails, you'll watch these videos, you'll like the threads I post, and it will only affirm to you what you are already aware of, which is this is misaligned. This is existing below the standard of excellence that I know that I've been called to produce on this earth. And between awareness and really feeling the effects of your misalignment comes commitment. Commitment is a firm decision to do something. You, every single day, you start to realize like, this is not what I signed up for, or I am not willing to give up give up ownership of this company just because I'm being offered such an amazing deal, or I can no longer fuel this beast of a thing that I've created. It's feeding off of me and it's killing me. I can't see my family. I can barely even breathe within myself. I'm not happy and I love this thing, but I don't like it anymore because of what it's become. Between that point and commitment, committing to realigning, then comes your conviction. Now you've become convicted and like, I don't like this anymore. This is not what it's supposed to be, or this is beneath me. There's more being required of me, and I am going to do it. And that's the point of conviction, which is a strong, unshakable belief in a thing. So after your conviction, you start to assess. You're like, okay, this is what I've done so far. This is where I felt obligated or pressured to do things, or this is why I did this, or I made this decision here. And you start to assess your business and yourself and your life, and you're like, okay, I'm seeing this mess, and let me feel the damage. Let me see the damage, I should say. Let me see the damage of what is going on. The good, the bad, the ugly, all of it. What have I built? What is it? You look at your marketing, you look at your analytics, you look at how much money you've made, you look at who you were working for, you look at just the actual visual presentation of your brand, you look at the behind the scenes where you're sourcing from, and you just get a very clear glimpse of what this is. And that's actually something that I work with you on in the Actualized Brand Plan, which I'm not accepting clients for that just yet, but it's basically where I go through that with you and do a complete audit assessment of every single thing that your brand is, from the marketing to the sales to your website and all the touch points, even if you're in store, to your teams, to your manufacturing, everything gets audited, everything gets put into a little assessment, but it's pretty big, an assessment where we can look at it practically and see exactly where you are and where you want to go. So after the assessment or in the between the assessment and your awareness, commitment, and conviction is the grief cycle, because you're really just saying goodbye to something that has been in your life, or something that you created, that's something that has been good to you to some degree or a lot of degree, whatever it is, and you're saying goodbye. You're saying this is not it anymore. Something has to change. And that can bring a lot of grief, because this business that as it is right now, you broke records. This business made you the first millionaire in your family. This business is employing so many people that you love. This business has even gotten your partner involved, and they're invested in this. Like, this is something that is so beyond you, and you had an idea or ideas of it that now don't fit with where you want to go. And so grief really is a big part of this process. And I'll link a video below about grief. I should write that down because I'm not going to remember. The video is called Honoring the Woman You Were, and I would say that's a very good video to watch as you're going through that process of just grief and kind of going through all the feels of assessing what your brand is and where you need to take it. And so after that part of the cycle is counting the cost. Now you're tasked with understanding the emotional, physical, spiritual, energetic, mental, financial, everything, the cost of it all, based off of what you've assessed. And so counting the cost also coincides with the grief cycle, because sometimes what this is costing you may be more or less than what you're willing to pay. So before you even fully go forward with this process, you need to know the cost, because once you pay it, you have to stick with that. Because remember, we're no longer in this phase of, I just need to make sure that I'm not going to be broke anymore, because you'll be surprised how many of us get to really amazing places in life financially, and we still work as if we might be homeless tomorrow. That's a whole different thing, and I work with my clients in that in the Aligned Partnership, link down below, but that's neither here nor there. I mean, it is, but we're not going to talk about that today. So you're going from hustling, if you have been, or you're going from doing everything that worked to now building an alignment, which is a different mentality than what is typically taught in business. Especially, it's a little bit different. And after you've counted the cost and you've accepted the cost, if you accept the cost, you're going to go to the payment of the cost. And this is the beginning of your power moves, your risks, and the foundation work internally and externally within your company, your brand, your life, and everything. So that's the first leg of the journey. Well, I would say the payment of the cost is just in between. But As you navigate the in-between, you're going to begin to materialize this vision. And that can look like completely revamping your brand, the visual brand identity. This can look like changing your name, your physical name or your brand name, whatever it is. This can look like getting divorced. This can look like getting married. This can look like dropping those friends who really just kind of siphon energy from you. This can look like firing people and taking on a whole new team. This can look like completely changing your formula to match the level you want to operate at as a brand. This can look like rededicating your life to God or to the cause/mission of your ancestors. Whatever it is, this requires immense focus and also maintenance of your conviction. Because through this materialization, you're also going to be navigating the relational aspect of realignment. Because you're not here by yourself, right? You also have a team. You have friends, you have family. There are going to be people that you're going to have to convince to be on board with you. You're going to be leading not just yourself, but your family and everyone who is under this umbrella of the company that you've built alongside with you. And that's something that I also help my clients navigate through the Aligned Partnership. And of course, throughout materialization, there's also the sustaining of that vision, expounding on the vision and leading the vision generationally. Because remember, alignment is not just one quick fix. This is a continuous effort. And only as of right now, I don't know what the vision is that God has given you, but you know what it is. You've been spoken to about your children or your future children, now children. You've been spoken to about your bloodline. You've been spoken to about your function within the collective. You know exactly what you're supposed to be doing. And so it's not just the thing of like, oh, we did a rebrand and so we're aligned now. Alignment is a process that you walk out every single day. It is a conscious decision to live in accordance with truth and clarity. It's not just something you do once and throw away. And I never want to position my services like that either. Like if you're somebody who thinks in like X plus Y equals Z and you lack the nuance to hold it all, then my services will not work for you. I work with the spiritual women founders of product-based brands and companies who understand that this thing is bigger than them, that this company that they're realigning right now, whatever it is literally the floor for them. You're building an empire. You're building legacy. That is always the goal. And the foundation of your legacy has to be true. I work with spiritual women founders of product-based brands who are after the true foundation that they need to build this thing. If you align with that at all, then you would definitely benefit from my container, the Aligned Partnership, and if not that, the Aligned Letters. Everyone who's in the Aligned Letter, I'm sorry, not the Aligned Letter, that's the old name, but Letters from My Living Room. Everyone who joins that newsletter, they get special access to invites from me specifically. They're getting a whole different side of my brain, so a little bit more raw, more relaxed version of me from my YouTube videos and my other social media content. And they also just get access to the heart of what foundership and generational leadership is. So if that's something that interests you, please click the link down below in my bio. And with that, that's it for today's video. Don't forget, I'm going to be posting every single day for the month of September. So if you want to keep up with all the videos I'm posting, click the bell and the subscription box below to be notified. And I will see you in tomorrow's video. Bye.